My name's Ben Hardy and I'm the project manager at Paddington Station for Crossrail. Last week, everything you see before you was a construction site. And over the course of the last 2 years, we've installed the diaphragm walls, which are roughly on the line of the curb of this road. And then we put the roof on top of the box and reinstated the road, and we've commenced the excavation down under the box. So we're pleased that we've been able to reinstate the road. Eastbourne Terrace, which is this road over here, is at a higher level than the road here. This will become sort of just a public space, but traffic free. The routes into here are down various staircases and then onto this lower level, and then the escalators go down through this gap in the roof down here. When we're putting the diaphragm walls in here, in the main ground we had a few challenges. We came across a few old coal chutes and underground structures that held us up for a while, but we've managed to recover all that time, so we're pleased that it wasn't so significant that it's going to have any outcome on the end result. Now our focus is entirely on excavating this box and casting the slabs within it, and the program for that is going very well. We're on track to be able to break through into the next level of the excavation in the middle of July. In June of next year, 2015, the trackside areas get handed over to our system-wide contractor for them to start placing the rails and the overhead line and all the other rail assets that run through the station. The platform level is about 25 metres below. The surface is actually at 2 levels, so exactly how far below we are depends which road we're measuring it from. But it's dictated predominantly actually by the depth that the tunnel boring machines need to go through to operate most safely and to cause the least disruption and settlement to the surrounds. We're in London clay here. There's loads of it, steep, and we keep the box as shallow as we can. The deeper we make this box, the more expensive it is, obviously. So yeah, the tunnels have come through here at as shallow as they can, and that balance between cost and risk. This box has some similarities to the Canary Wharf station in that it has a lot more space about it. We've had the luxury of the alignment coinciding with Eastbourne Terrace and Departures Road above us, so we have been able to build one big box. To mine out the SCL tunnels is a much more delicate and involved process. Here, while we remove a lot more soil, the total cost of the operation is no more, it's less. The area of Paddington, I think it will be greatly improved by having this station here. It will connect Paddington much better and make it a more attractive place to do business and a more attractive place to live for that reason. And in doing that underground, it doesn't come at the cost of some sort of overhead arrangement or that causes a long-term disruption and detraction from the environment. In that way, what it brings is sure some short-term disruption, which we do our very best to minimise, but the long-term effects are much more positive on balance. The concourse slab is about 1.7 metres thick, and behind us you can see some of the precast elements which will make up the soffit of the concourse slab. That's a finished concrete surface, which will be effectively the lampshades for the platform. The tunnels right now are about 250 mil beneath our feet, so we've been able to come right down on top of those TBM tunnels. How we've been able to achieve that is because the diaphragm walls have been designed to be very stiff, and these props have also been they're very substantial, and they've all had 400 tonnes of preload put into them, so that it means that the box with the roof already on it is very stiff, and the diaphragm walls are effectively able to span from this prop all the way to beneath the tunnels, because the tunnels aren't really able to offer any resistance to the ground forces. We've stripped all the overburden from the tunnels, so they don't really work in the hoop stress very well anymore. We've got the westbound platform on this side and the eastbound platform on the other side, and there's two rows of lights down each platform. Precast elements in front of us here, they are the finished concrete for the ceiling of the platform. So the concourse slab is cast through. Where I'm standing, this space will be within the concourse slab. I'll be covered in concrete, and beneath us is the platform slab, and what you see there will be the ceiling of the platform, and those precast units are all have all got the ducts cast within them to allow the cabling to go in to go to the light, which will be up in underneath. Over here is the big opening in the roof where the escalators come down to the concourse level, and that big opening and much of the other areas of the station as well is covered by this very large glass and stainless steel canopy. Spencer Finch from New York has developed a lovely piece of art that is going to be fretted onto that glass, and it will be an image of a number of different cloud formations. So you'll be able to stand here on the concourse. In fact, you'll be able to be on the platforms and look up the escalator and see all the way up to the sky, sometimes blue in London, often grey. The station has a lot of very careful considerations put into it with regard to safety. We talked a bit earlier about this glass canopy that gets a lot of blast testing to prove that the design of the canopy is able to withstand any kind of attack. All of the access into the station is very carefully designed so that any vehicles can't get in an unwanted way. All those things are considered so that we get a design that is still attractive and functional, but is safe. The quality of the job is a very big deal. The requirements of building a railway in the UK are challenging, so we spend a lot of time making sure we've got that right.